Man, this microphone's dusty as shit. Okay, so what motivates people? What makes people happy? Let's talk about it, because for me, motivation and the idea of being happy is something that I struggle with a lot. Everyone wants to be the best versions of themselves, everyone wants to live, laugh, love, all that shit, but for me it's very complicated. I feel like I spend the majority of my life trying to figure out what I want to do with said life. You know, I can never really nail it down. Everything changes based on the experiences we have and the hobbies we enjoy. For me at least, I'll pick up something and be intensely motivated to keep that going, whether it be making videos or music, and then it all just fucking falls apart. Something will happen, excuses start creeping in, and it just becomes much easier to turn into a borderline vegetable and lay in bed for 8 hours a day scrolling through other people's lives. I feel like when I was younger I had a much longer attention span, and I guess I was just a bit more focused, I suppose. Now I'm not sure if that's the same for everyone, but for me personally that spark has just faded throughout my adolescent years. When I was younger, I loved playing video games, playing football, listening to music and watching films, cartoons, television, all that shit. But as soon as I hit the age of 21, all my hobbies changed, my motivations disappeared. I never really knew what I wanted to be when I grew up. I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up, and I'm 27 now. Yeah, maybe I'm having some sort of existential crisis, maybe I'm not getting enough sleep, and yes, maybe my mental stability isn't the greatest. But how did I change from this caring, kind teenage boy to someone who isn't even motivated to get up most days? I went from logging on to the fucking Super Smash Bros. Dojo page and waiting updates just in case Sonic got announced for Brawl, to becoming someone who only thought about partying, drugs, sex and alcohol. It's quite the juxtaposition, you know? I know I'm playing with fire on YouTube talking about topics like that. I'm basically playing demonetization bingo for even mentioning that shit, but that's what I want to talk about. I've never been one to be motivated by money. I don't care about money, or at least I think I don't. I've never had enough to really get the best use out of it, so I guess ignorance is bliss in that case. I feel like I want a family, and maybe I'm motivated by happiness, but I lead a very lonely existence nowadays, and those thoughts seem a million miles away. Every year that goes by, it feels like it's drifting further and further away from me. I get older and uglier by the day, and there's only so much my crippling insecurities can take in that regard. So what I'm trying to say in this video is, how do I get motivated if I don't know what I'm looking for? If I have no drive to survive, then why am I still here? Humans are put on this earth to procreate and find partners, but some people are happier when they're alone. Could never be me, but there are some people out there. I was obsessed with the idea of being with the love of my life and would try and force it with people who weren't right for me. I've realised that looking after myself and my health, as cliche as it may sound, has worked wonders for me. Spending time with the people I care about has improved my quality of life immensely compared to trying to force being happy with someone just because I find them attractive. This might sound like hearing a mental breakdown as it unfolds live on the internet, but I think I've come to a conclusion. Find happiness in your surroundings, find out what motivates you through trial and error. I fucked up a lot in my life, and I feel like without that hindsight I wouldn't know what a high feels like without suffering crippling lows, and by no means am I saying that fucking up is the best option, or that you have to face adversity to truly bring the best out of life. Just find out what makes you tick, take a chance on things. I was an overweight hermit of a human for a few years of my life, and it made me miserable. The thing that motivated me in that instance was the idea that I could be happy if I lost weight, and that I could make new connections with people. It wasn't as cut and dry as that, and it didn't bring me the endless beacon of happiness that I was looking for, but it did help me a lot. I set a goal and I achieved it, and that was very rewarding for me. It motivated me to become better and find new experiences. Some of those experiences were overwhelmingly negative, but again, having hindsight and making those mistakes made it easier to learn from them. I know life isn't as simple as that, and I know that everyone experiences life very differently. I know that I'm not you, and some of the shit that I'm saying might not relate to you in any way. So if anyone could take anything from this, that's all I'm looking for, honestly. I just hope that my experiences with not knowing what I want to do or who I want to be brings you a little bit of comfort. Not everyone needs a burning heroic purpose in life, and my advice is just to find what makes you happy in as short amount of time as possible, so you can try and focus on that, because that's what will really motivate you and push you forward in life. Anyway, thanks for sticking with me until the end of the video. I know this is a bit of a change in direction for me, but this is the kind of content I think I enjoy making, and that's what I really want to do at this point, you know. Thanks for listening. I've been Volta. Goodbye.
Who the fuck are you?